Hello, 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 and welcome back to the GXD channel. Welcome back to Farming Fridays. Now, you join us back on the farm a couple of months later. We've skipped 2 months just to let some of the crops grow. Just then, we've got something to do in an episode, and we're back. Now, we're going to jump straight in the JCB because fields 2, 9, 1 and 19 are all ready for harvesting yet again, as well as some other fields that we might be able to get our hands on by leasing the money, which we actually can. I don't know why I've just travelled there. I wanted to. Oh, right. Let's jump straight back into the tractor. What we're going to do is we'll lease the money for them fields because we need to get a source of income coming in anyway. So we're going to lease the money for this. It's about 100k. So we're going to lease that, equip the mowing tools, jump straight into mowing some grass, and then going through the whole process went through on episode 1, and then we'll head up to the field and start harvesting. We went from about 200 to 500,000, so we've leased quite a hefty bill. Reason being, we just need to bring a bit of money in, and that little loan that we've just taken out will definitely help us bring in that money. So I forgot that the GPS on this field's a bit broken. So yeah, we've bought the field. Obviously the field will be getting sold afterwards, and then the loan that we've taken will then get repaid, and whatever's left is our profit. Now, to harvest it, I don't know what we need. So I've had to gather what I think it is, which is just a normal corn header for a harvester. And we're going to head there in just a moment before I head over to the other fields. So if... I don't know if I'm going to show it or not. I might show me going over there and testing it, I might not. If it works, then you won't hear anything else of it. It'll just cut to us doing that after we've sorted the grass out. But if it doesn't work, then I will most likely end up talking about how it was a pain in the backside to find the machinery needed to harvest said crop. But yeah, we're going to harvest field 1, which has a great yield, especially after we did the liming and fertilising, which is what we need. We need to keep on top of it. Definitely keep the yield bonus up 100%, because we're not that far off really when you think about it for getting cows. Now, as I said, we are going to take a loan out to get the cows, and that loan we will end up paying off. But yeah, we're not really that far off getting them. So we need to start thinking about some money reserves, as well as what we can possibly get rid of for the time being, that we can then lease if we need to use something. So yeah, but as I said, we're now going to... we're going to quickly take over the machinery that I've just leased, see if it's the right one, and if it is, we'll be able to carry on. For you, it's going to be a split second. For me, probably about 5-10 minutes. So I'll see you guys in just a moment. So we've got the equipment sorted. I've managed to scrounge together some money from stuff we didn't need in the yard and at the house, and we've got the stuff. Now I'm going to pay off the loan, the majority of the loan, in just a moment, but we're going to head over to our field that's quite far away before we do the 2 at the farm. So yeah, but the other field, like I said, we've got the machinery, it's at the shop, it's ready to go up. The only thing we need to take with us to that field is a tractor to pull the trailer to the sell point. Then what I've also thought about is we're going to buy the field across the way as well after we've finished this field that we're buying to sell after we've got the crop, just so then we've made a bit of money from it and not took a massive loss, because as I said, we need to be able to afford these cows by August. So yeah, we're going to jump into a time lapse, get these fields done, and then we'll go and sort out this silage corn. And there we have it. That is all the fields now mowed. All we need to do now is go and drop this off in the yard, windmill it all, pick it all up, and then we can head over to the other crop. Now, you may have seen in the top right, the time did jump quite a lot from before I mentioned them fields till now. Reason being is because after I did the machinery, it started raining, and then to harvest, you're going to get a worse yield harvesting in the wet than you are in the dry. So I'll just try and get this in perfect. So what I did was I just fast forwarded time, plain and simple, fast forwarded time, just because there's no point of us harvesting in the rain and getting a worse yield. So yeah. And then another thing I've picked up on in one of my edits is my steering wheel. When I'm letting it go, and it's doing the noise that you probably just heard then. There's not much I can do about that. Obviously I play on a wheel, so as I just said, there's not much I can physically do about that, but we will try our best, and fingers crossed it doesn't affect you too much when watching, but if it does, I do apologise. There's not much I can do about it. It's the wheel being the wheel and making its noises when being used. So, but yeah, we'll get this windmilling larky thing done, and then we'll jump straight over to picking everything up, and then heading off to do some silage corn. So there we have it. The grass is done. We've gone from 76,000 to 196,000. So well over 100,000 litres of grass from the fields that we had, and the yield bonus as well from the field 9, which is just on this side of the tracks. Really good, to be honest. Obviously, you may have seen as well in field 2, that's gone from being an orange yield to now a green. So it might be worth, on any fields that we get in the future, just putting some grass on it, getting 1 or 2 cycles out of it, and then ploughing and planting a crop on it. Something I'm definitely going to try out in the future, but we are now going to drop this trailer off right here because it was in the way the other day over here. We're going to fly up to the petrol station, put some more fuel in this because it's running low, and yeah, we'll then head up to the field and we'll start our time lapse up there where we're harvesting silage corn, which I never thought I'd be doing, but we're going to be doing it. So yeah, we've got that field to do, and then we're going to sell that field, buy the field across the road, do that one, and then that will be it after we've sold it. So yeah, let's head up there. Here we are. We've got the machine we need. We've got this field to do. We've got that field over there to do. So we're going to quickly fly through it with a time lapse. Trailer's hooked up. Let's hope we don't have to do too many trips to empty it. But let's jump straight into this field. So, we started doing this one field at 14:41 or 14:14. It's been 2 hours in game time, and if I was to record this whole field, it's probably been about half an hour. So, I'm not going to time lapse the whole of the next field, but we're definitely going to do both fields, as this one field almost gave us nearly 1 million litres of corn silage. So we're definitely going to be doing the other field as well. But we ain't going to time lapse the whole field. We'll time lapse the beginning, and then I'll do it so for the last couple of runs it gets time lapsed. But yeah, definitely not a crop that I would plant myself on a field of this size. But I'm going to carry on with this. Got 2 more runs left, and then we'll jump over to the other side. We're about to start heading back to the other side of the field in just one moment, but I've just seen a slight problem, and you'll probably see it better on the time lapse. I wish I did time lapse this field as well now because we're gonna run out of fuel, and I don't have a fuel tanker, I don't think. So I'm currently praying that we don't run out of fuel, only because it's a leased vehicle. So if I don't have to refuel it, that is the best outcome. If I have to refuel it, then I'm better off to buying a trailer that I can keep with the fuel in, so then I don't ever lose out on that fuel money that I'm paying. Because just to top up the tractor earlier, on the way here, it was less than 1,000. To refuel one of the fuel trailers, it's going to be more than that, let alone the price of the trailer. But I'll get back to you hopefully at the end with still some fuel left. We now have 4 lines after this one left. The fuel is a titchy bit lower than earlier, and it's getting dark. Like the sun is literally setting on the horizon. So, oh, hmm, where did all that fuel just go then? Fuck. Right. Oh, why does that sound like that? There we go. God knows what that sound was just then. Ignore the chair literally squeaking in the background. But we are now going to have to go and get fuel for... Is he going to move? Don't beep at me. Oh my. So we're now going to have to go and get fuel for that machine, which means we're going to end up buying a new piece of equipment that we do not need. So, very fun times right now. Yeah, obviously don't get me wrong, we are going to make a lot more back, I'm hoping, with the crop that we've just harvested. But the issue is, we're now stuck with another piece of machinery slash equipment we do not need. We have a fuel system back at the yard, so we don't necessarily need this that we're going to go and buy now from the shop. But we need it for this job. So, yeah. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to quickly nip to the shop. When we get to the shop, we're going to check to see if the one I've got in the yard is usable. If it is, perfect. It's just fuel we need to buy. And then hopefully we can offload that fuel when we get back to the yard into our fuel storage. If not, then we're in the right place to buy the thing that we need. We just need to purchase it, head up the road, and see. So, yeah, like I don't know what more to say. I thought we was going to have enough fuel, and we didn't. But that's what I was talking about there. It holds water. There is another one that I have in the yard, I think. No, there isn't. So we're buying it, which is just great. We love buying stuff when we try to save for bloody animals. That's not the one we need. That's the one we need. Now, yeah, 15,000, not a lot of money, but it kind of is. Because as you just seen, the leasing stuff's also just gone out. So the leasing stuff went out, and then we've just paid 15,000 for this, which is just going to be the way in the yard. So hopefully we can offload the fuel into our fuel storage thing in the yard, hopefully. But if not, It'll be sat there whilst we use whatever fuel's going to be in it, and then once it's empty, we'll then get rid of it because we genuinely have no need for this. We're not going to be doing milk, so there's no point in that. There's no point in keeping it for milk. We're not going to be using it for fuel again because, God forbid, we get a contract this big again and end up running out of fuel again. So, yeah. I'm probably just going to put about 2,000 litres in it, and that should hopefully be enough for us to finish the job. Fingers crossed, obviously, but we'll have to wait and see. But I'll see you back at the field when we're refueling the equipment we thought wouldn't need refueling. Right. This has probably more than enough to refill that whole thing. Because this JCB fast track that we're driving right now took less than 1,000 to refuel from not flashing red, but quite close to flashing red to full. Whereas the thing that's stuck in the field is dead. Like, there's legit nothing in the thing. So we're definitely going to be finishing this video in the dark because it's October and the sun is setting. So definitely finishing this video in the dark no matter what. Unless we was to skip it to the next month, which I don't see the point in. I'd rather keep it a month an episode. I get episode 2 and episode 1 were in the same month, but hopefully this one will be different. I do want to add, by different I mean, yes, we started it in a different month, but I want it to finish in this month, so then the next episode starts in a different month to this one. I'm trying to do it a month an episode. Obviously when it comes to what we did in episode 1 and 2, that's fine. We was setting everything up in episode 1, and then episode 2 was carrying on with what we started in 1, but we'll have to see. Mainly because, like I said, ideally daytime would be better to finish this, but it is literally just one of them where we'll have to just see what happens, and I'm hoping that's close enough. You are joking. It's not close enough. Where am I? Alright, we'll go round it and hopefully get it close enough on this side to be able to refuel. Now these trails, by the way, I'm shocking at reversing, so I am sorry. Already messed it up. That's why I don't like these trailers. As long as I get it close, which it was going to do that then, but messed it up yet again. Oh my god. I really do hate these trailers. It is mainly why none of my fleet ever are these trailers. But why is it not refueling? I don't get why it's not refueling. There's fuel in that. We paid for fuel. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so more than enough. 129 more than what we needed. So in fact, we're just going to sell that. It's 129. We're not going to get much fuel out of that. But I'm going to crack on with the field. I'll catch you when it's done. Finally, on the last run. We, like I said in the last field, we started this field doing this at 14:41 or 14:14, and it's now almost 7 o'clock at night, aka 1900 hours. I don't think I ever want to do a crop like this again just for a bit of profit. I'd genuinely rather do something else. Like I did look to see if there was potatoes or something, but nope, it was this. Which I'm not complaining. Obviously, we've got quite a lot of it. Now, yes, I did say in episode 1, I don't think I mentioned it in episode 2, the trailer that I am using is an unrealistic litre trailer. Mainly because for stuff like this, we would have been going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth a lot. So it was just easier to have the unrealistic trailers in the game so then we can just get on with the job. But as I said, we're done. This is it. This is the final bit right now. And it's done. I never have to look at this crop again unless we decide to plant it in a field of our own. Which I don't plan on doing that. Never. So we finished with 168,154 litres. Not going to try and guess it because I'm pretty sure I was wrong earlier with a million, but yeah. So what we're going to do now is just chuck that trailer that way. We're going to turn the lights off on that. That will get returned. We're going to jump in the good old trusty JCB, which the hours are building up on this now, 3.8 hours. I will look at getting it in to the shop for like a little touch up around about the 5 to 6 hour mark. But we've got chaff. We now have to see where's the best place to sell the chaff, and we'll drive there, sell it, give you guys a total of how much we've made, and then that'll be it for this episode. So we're gonna find out now. We didn't sell the wheat in September, but saying that we can sell it in October, in November, sorry. That's when the best price is. But chaff, have I gone past it? Have I gone past it? I sure have, because it's nowhere there. I'm going to try and find it, and then we'll cut to me driving there. This is how newbie I am at this game. Genuinely normally only do wheat, barley, canola, cotton, stuff like that, animals, transporting goods from A to B. This whole trailer's going back to the yard. And I mean, like, the whole trailer has to come back to the yard. We are making silage. So, yeah. There is other equipment I can get to make silage, but we've got the bunker in the yard. Might as well use it. So we're going to head back to the yard. It's 7:15 in game, so we're going to head back to the yard, get this into the bunker, and then, yeah, we need to wait for it to turn to silage. Then we need to lease more equipment to be able to put it back into the trailer and then send it off for selling, which, yeah, it's put us on our bottoms, and we're going to be on our bottoms for probably a month or two whilst this does its thing, which, as long as we get the money before we have to buy the cows, that's all that matters. Because what we've just done now, which is buy fields, harvest, to then sell the crop and sell the field, is how we're going to pay off the loan for the cows to start the process off of the cow animal production that we're going to be doing in the yard. So, yeah, we're heading back to the yard. We're going to offload, and then that'll be it for today. As I've got a lot of time to now spend waiting for chaff to turn into silage, as we have to take that turn quite wide, very wide, to the point where that car now has no front end. But yeah, I know for a fact all this isn't going to fit in our pit. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. I genuinely don't know what I'm going to do. Because our pit isn't big enough for this much chaff. So it then means keeping hold of this machine, the trailer, sorry. Because the trailer that's on now, we don't own this trailer. It's a leased trailer. So, yeah, I don't know what we're going to do here. I guess we'll find out. I'm going to cut to me after I've done as much as I can, and I'll be back in just a moment. We've filled the pit already. I need to compact it, so I'm going to do all that off the video, just so then we can end today's video before it gets too dark. So I hope you guys have enjoyed, and if you have, be sure to show me some love. Hit that like button down below. Ding dong that notification bell so you know when I next post a video, when I next go live, or when I next post a short. Keep your eyes out next Friday for Friday Farmings, or Farming Fridays, sorry. Um, I hope you guys enjoyed the Wednesday's content with the F1. Yeah, I've been GXD, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.